Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cozy English Corner, where learning English feels like hanging out with friends.
I'm Georgina. Hello, Cristiano. Hi, everyone. It is honestly so nice to be sitting here today.
I'm feeling really relaxed and ready to chat. I can see that you, Jill, have a very calm vibe today.
Did you have a nice morning?
I did. It was a very solid, organized morning. But before we talk about my exciting life of folding laundry, we have to welcome our listeners.
Yes, you are right. Welcome, everyone. We are so happy you are tuning in to our little corner of the internet today. We have a very cozy episode planned for you.
We do. Today, we're chatting about how to describe your day.
This is super useful because it's something we do constantly.
Exactly. When you run into a neighbor, they ask, "How's your day going?" Or, "What have you been up to?"
You need to be ready to answer without panicking, and it isn't just for neighbors.
At the office, your manager might ask about your timeline, or maybe you are journaling before bed.
I love journaling. It really helps me sort out my thoughts and practice my English vocabulary.
But wait, before we dive into the details, we have a tiny favor to ask our friends listening.
Oh yes, if you enjoy our conversations, please tap that like button right now. It truly helps us out a lot.
And please subscribe to the Cozy English Corner. We want to help you get comfortable with English every week, and subscribing is the best way to not miss out.
Yes, and send this to your study buddies. If they are learning English, they can grab a cup of tea and learn with us. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, Gio, let's start talking about our day. We should probably start right when the alarm goes off, right?
The morning, my favorite part of the day, specifically after my second cup of tea.
I know you love your herbal tea, so let's look at the morning routine. What is the very first thing you do?
Well, I usually wake up at 7:30 a.m., but I definitely don't get out of the blankets immediately.
Oh? What do you do? Do you scroll through social media?
Yes, I do. I know it's not the best habit, but I check Instagram and look at cute dog videos for 10 minutes, then I finally get up.
I understand. I'm totally the opposite. My alarm buzzes at 6 a.m. and I roll right out of bed. I like to get moving before my brain realizes I'm awake.
Wow, Chris, 6 is very early. You really are a morning person.
I am. First, I drink a glass of lemon water. Then I grab the leash and I take my dog, Buster, for a walk around the block.
Walking the dog before coffee? That sounds chilly.
It was chilly at first, but now I enjoy the quiet streets. It makes me feel alive. After the walk, I take a quick shower and get dressed for the office.
That is a very disciplined start. For me, after I drag myself out of bed, I go straight to the kitchen. I need my caffeine. While the kettle is boiling, I make my breakfast.
What do you usually fix for breakfast, Gio? Is it something fancy?
Usually no. I like Greek yogurt with honey, or sometimes just toast with avocado. It gives me just enough fuel for the morning.
That sounds tasty. I usually have scrambled eggs with a bit of spinach. It is simple, but it keeps me full.
Eggs are a classic choice. Okay, so we have wake up, get up, have breakfast, and get dressed. These are excellent A1 words.
Yes, but since we're talking to our B2 level friends today, we can upgrade our vocabulary. Instead of get dressed, we can say get ready for the day.
I like that. Or instead of I eat breakfast, you can say I have a healthy bite to start my morning. Exactly.
And then there's the commute. Gio, how do you get to work?
I usually take the subway. It takes about 25 minutes. I like the subway because I can close my eyes and listen to music.
That is a nice way to zone out. I drive my old sedan. Sometimes there's a lot of construction work, which is a bit annoying.
I hate construction traffic. When the subway is delayed, I feel a little frustrated too. We all do.
Now, let's talk about the middle of the day, work and study. This is where the day gets hectic.
Yes, my workday starts at 9 a.m. sharp. The first thing I do is check my digital calendar.
A calendar is essential. I have a paper planner on my desk. I tackle my most boring tasks first.
Me too. I try to do the difficult things in the morning when I have patience. For example, today I had to organize a massive spreadsheet.
Oh, a spreadsheet like the one I had to do for the monthly budget?
Yes, but hopefully yours had fewer errors. I spent 2 hours clicking cells. Then I had a team call.
Calls can be draining. How was yours?
It was okay. It was a creative session. We talked about designs for a new brochure. I love creative sessions.
It is nice to bounce ideas off your coworkers. It is. But after the call, I was starving.
Lunchtime. Do you pack a lunchbox or do you buy something?
I usually bring leftovers from dinner, like rice and chicken. It saves money and it's better for you. I eat in the break room if it's raining.
That's sensible. I often go to a taco truck near my building with my work bestie. We talk about our pets or TV shows. It's a nice escape from the office lights.
It is important to step away from the computer. If I sit in my chair all day, my back hurts.
I agree. In the afternoon, I usually have more paperwork or I reply to customer emails. Sometimes the afternoon feels like it lasts forever.
Yes, around 3 p.m., I often feel sleepy. I call it the afternoon crash.
The afternoon crash. That is the perfect description. What do you do to wake up?
I make a cup of green tea or I eat an apple.
Tea and fruit. You have a very healthy routine, Chris.
I usually stand up and open a window to get fresh air.
Getting fresh air is a great idea. Okay, so we talked about the morning and the grind of work. What about the end of the day?
That's the cozy part. I finish work at 5 p.m. I feel so relieved when I shut down my computer.
Yes, I love the feeling of turning off the office lights. What do you do immediately after work?
Well, on Mondays and Wednesdays, I go to a Pilates class. It helps me stretch out my back.
Pilates is wonderful for posture.
I usually stop at the grocery store on my way home to grab stuff for dinner. Do you like cooking dinner, Gio?
I do. I find it very relaxing to chop vegetables. Tonight, I'm making a vegetable stir-fry.
I love stir-fry. I'm going to have a lazy dinner tonight. Maybe a grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup.
After dinner, I like to unwind. Unwind is a great word for our listeners. It means to de-stress after a busy time. Yes, unwind.
I unwind by listening to a podcast or reading a comic book. Sometimes I call my brother just to catch up.
That's sweet. I usually put on a vinyl record or do a jigsaw puzzle for 30 minutes. It helps me switch off my brain.
And then the final part of the day, the nighttime routine.
Yes, before I go to sleep, I always set out my outfit for the next day. It makes the morning much smoother. Then I get into bed. I try to read a physical book, not a tablet. The bright screen keeps me awake.
That is true. I try to leave my phone charging in the hallway. I'm usually asleep by 10 p.m. I need my rest or I'm grumpy.
Wow, you really are like a grandpa, Chris. I try, but sometimes I stay up late watching a documentary. We are only human.
Exactly. Now, Gio, let's give our listeners some tips on how to link these stories together.
Great idea. When you talk about your day, you shouldn't just speak like a robot. You need connector words.
Yes, instead of saying, I wake up, I eat, I drive, you should use words like first, then, after that, and later, right? For example, first I wake up, then I walk the dog, after that I shower. It sounds much more fluid. And for B2 level, you can use fancier connectors like, following my morning walk, I head to the office, or once I finish work, I usually go to Pilates.
Oh, once is a very sophisticated word. Once I arrive home, I start cooking. Another tip is to talk about your emotions during the day. Don't just list your actions.
Yes, for example, I had a very busy morning, but I felt quite drained by the afternoon. Or, I was relieved because I finished my spreadsheet today.
Using feeling words makes your English sound much more natural.
I agree. It turns it into a narrative, not just a checklist. People love narratives.
Can you describe your perfect day? Not a normal Tuesday, but a fantasy day.
Oh, a dream day. Well, on my perfect day, I would wake up naturally with sunlight, no noise. That is the best feeling.
I would wake up at 9 a.m. too. The birds would be singing. First, I would have a long, lazy breakfast in a mountain cabin with a view of the forest.
Wow, the forest. What would you eat? Thick French toast with berries, scrambled eggs, and very strong coffee. Of course, the coffee. Then I would go for a hike in the woods. I wouldn't bring my phone at all. No text, no social media, just the sound of the wind.
That sounds so grounding. What about the afternoon?
In the afternoon, I would meet my old friends for a barbecue. We would sit in the garden and joke around for hours.
That is the best. Friends make every day better. After the barbecue, I would take a nap on a big, cozy sofa. Do you know what a sofa is, Chris?
Yes, it is the couch where I watch football. I love naps on the sofa. Then, in the evening, I would watch the stars come out while eating a steak. And finally, I would watch a comedy show and go to sleep feeling very content.
That sounds like a lovely escape, Chris. My perfect day is a bit different. I would spend the morning in a botanical garden.
Oh, you love plants.
I do. I would find a bench under a tree and paint with watercolors for 3 hours. Then I would go to a vintage market and buy some cool decorations for my apartment.
That sounds very artistic and calm. In the afternoon, I would go to a pottery class. I want to learn how to make clay mugs. Can I come to your perfect day? I want a new coffee mug.
Yes, you can be my first customer. Then in the evening, I would have a game night for all my friends with board games and snacks.
Wow, that is a very social perfect day. I love it. Yes, it's fun to imagine. But even on a normal, boring day, there are always nice moments.
You're right. Like this recording session. This is a very good part of my day.
I agree, Gio. Chatting with you and our listeners is the highlight of my Tuesday. Highlight. That's another useful word. The highlight is the peak or best part of an experience.
Exactly. Well, we have chatted a lot today. I think it's time for a quick review.
Good plan. Let's see, what did we cover? Oh, we started with the morning routine.
Yes, we used words like wake up and get up, and we talked about how crucial breakfast and tea are, especially for me. Then we moved to the workday. We talked about calendars and team calls and the afternoon crash. Don't forget that.
It's when we get sleepy after lunch, right? And then we talked about how to unwind in the evening, like cooking, Pilates, or doing puzzles.
We also shared some top tips for our B2 learners, using connectors like first, then, and following to make the conversation smooth. And my favorite tip, adding feelings. Don't just report your actions, describe your mood.
It makes you sound much more fluent. And finally, we shared our dream days, mountain cabins and botanical gardens. It was a great chat, Gio. I hope our friends listening liked it as much as I did.
Me too. Now we want to hear from you.
Yes, please leave a comment below. We have 2 questions for you today. First, what is the highlight of your day so far? What made you smile?
And second, what is one thing you do every day to unwind after work or school? We love reading your answers.
It's an excellent way to practice your English typing.
It really is. And before we head out, please don't forget to subscribe to the Cozy English Corner and give us a like if you had fun with this episode. It helps more students find us.
Share this with your family or your friends who are studying English. Let's grow our cozy community.
Thank you so much for listening today, everyone. You are doing a fantastic job with your English.
Yes, keep practicing every day. Even 5 minutes of English can make a huge difference.
Well, that's all for today. I'm going to go and walk the dog again now.
Of course you are.
And I'm going to go and water my plants. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye. See you next time.